Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Father's Day to all those great dads out there. I'm back. I'm doing another YouTube video, and the reason why I'm kind of doing one today is because I had gone to church today, and I felt this strong feeling to go. Honestly, I don't go all the time. I go when, I have to for my kids or more or less in the fall and the winter, a little more, very, very rarely at this time. But I felt this huge reason to go. So I just followed my intuition, okay, like we should be doing, following our intuition. And long story short, I was there and, they were just doing the sermon, the mass and so forth. And I was getting a lot of downloads at that time. And the downloads that were coming through was, about what's going on in the earth right now and how things are changing. I was getting downloads about, earthquake. Sorry about that. That just took place in California about 3 days ago. Then I also started getting a download about the tree of life. Now, at the time I'm sitting there and the tree of life just comes in as a download. I didn't really know what it meant at that point in time, so I kind of had to just sit with it for a little bit. And as I was sitting there, I'm just sitting there listening, just letting the download come through. And it was just showing me that, we have all the wisdom within us, okay? We all think we don't, but we do. We have all the wisdom within us. And that's what the tree of life is about. The tree of life is the wisdom that we hold, okay? It's the wisdom that that is in everyone. So it was just really interesting how this download came through. It was just so invigorating. Like I said, sometimes I'm in church, I get different downloads depending on which kind of things coming through. So at that point in time, like I just kind of took it in, let it just come through and just sit with it for a little bit, because sometimes you have to sit with it, right? So after that, I'm like, okay, this is coming through. Okay, I'm getting more things about what's going on in the earth, how things, energy is coming through, how things are shifting. And I know I said in my last video that on the 21st of this month, there's going to be a huge awakening of the collective consciousness, which that is coming. We have to look forward to that. So like I was saying before, we have to be super, super present. We have to be super in charge of our emotions, okay? We have to be in charge of what we're putting out there. And I said in the last video, it's very important to be in the moment. So with all that said, comes this information of everything is within us. Okay, it all comes back to the heart center. It all comes back to everything is within us. So we really have to just realize that not only is wisdom within us, the kingdom of God is within us as well. Everything is within us. The solar system is within us. The cosmos are within us. The stars are within us. Everything you see outside of us is within, okay? We don't have to go outside for anything. And when I say outside for anything, I mean, just coming back to the simplest thing as love. We sit here, we're so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on how we feel about ourselves. We're constantly judging ourselves. And everything that shows up in our reality, we have to remember is there to help us shift, okay? So today I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me today. So I have 3 dogs. I don't know if anybody knows, but I have 2 big dogs and I have a little dog. And they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day. And, I let them out. And one of them, she rarely likes to go downstairs because she pees on the deck because she had like a leg surgery. Most of the time I bring her down, but every now and then she pees on the deck. And the other 2 are pretty good. They go downstairs. So long story short is they see somebody walking. So what do they do? They bark. And I know that, with my neighbor, they don't like to hear the noise because their bedroom is like right by my house, right, in the back. So right away, I hear the 3 dogs barking. So I get treats, I shoo them in, And I'm going to be honest with you, it takes a little bit of time to get 3 dogs in barking, if you can just imagine. So I get treats, I shoo them in, maybe they're barking for about 30 seconds. So I get them in, time passes by, it's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning now, and I get a text saying, hi, it's blah, blah, blah from next door, getting really tired. Yesterday the dogs are barking at 6:20, today they're barking at 7:20, whatever the case is. So right away, I text them back and I say, listen, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience and so forth. And then, at that point in time, I had to bring myself back. I had to really navigate through this because, at first my ego was coming out. I was mad, I was upset because I'm like, I felt like that they weren't realizing where I'm coming from, having the 3 dogs. The dogs have to go to the bathroom, and I really am trying my best to bring them in, but I can't control when somebody's walking outside, because that's just how it goes. You cannot control somebody walking outside and around the property. And, so I am doing my due diligence to stop the dogs. So I stepped back, and then I thought to myself, okay, I have to, look at this in a different way. Why is this presenting to me in this way? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's presenting to me because maybe I haven't cleared persecution. You know what I mean? I'm being persecuted, so I have to clear that. And then also at the same time, I'm looking at him because, I'm looking at his situation as a mirror. So I feel like in some senses, he's coming at me because he's unhappy with his health right now and things are going on in his life. And maybe it's not working out to his potential, whatever it might be. So I see the mirror, So right away, like I said, I pull myself back. I'm like, okay, I just got to hold light, and I have to, hold, compassion for this individual right now because going through a hard time. And yes, I am going to try next time when I put the dogs out to make sure to, bring them down and bring them right in, until a decent hour where they're not barking. So this is where we have to be super, super conscious of what's coming through. And just like that, once I settled down and I got into my heart center and I calmed down and I just took a step back, like the tree of life. Okay, the wisdom was inside me where I didn't have to sit there and I didn't have to call him out. And I didn't have to make a bad choice that wasn't on my specific highest timeline, right? I didn't sit there and I didn't, send a nasty text back, which I could have done. Sometimes we have to pull ourselves back and think, what is the best choice right now? What would be on the highest good? You understand? So, and I understand we're all going through times where, people are irritated, things have to come up, things have to be, released. But at the same time, we have to look at it from the heart center instead of just going at things from the ego all the time. Because trust me, that my ego would have been like, hey, what are you saying? I'm always bringing those dogs in, this and that. I think you're just, you're not understanding my point and so forth, and just getting in an argument. And then all of a sudden, it's just 2 people going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, and then I'm just in the 3rd dimension. I don't want to do that. I want to be in the 5th dimension. Okay. That's the most important thing. I want to make these right choices and I want to be on the highest timeline. Okay. So I just wanted to share this information because it was really coming through today. It was so important. And at the same time, like I said in the beginning, I really didn't know what it meant, but after just sitting in it in a while, I was able to put it all together. So we need to stop being hard on ourselves because not everything is going to be brought to our attention right away. Not everything is just going to unfold right away. Sometimes information comes in as a download, and sometimes we have to sit with it for a little bit. And sometimes we just have to ask our higher self, what does that mean? How does that pertain to me? How can I work that into, my life? How can I have that help me, be a better person, get on my soul path and do what I have to do? So we really have to be conscious of what we're doing, what we're saying, and how we're interacting with each other, okay? Because we all are one. It is all the law of one. We are all together. We are all souls in this big universe. We are all together working towards the same thing, okay? We are all one, okay? So at the end of the day, we have to respect each other. We have to respect one another, and we have to not hold judgment, okay? Not holding judgment is the biggest thing, because once we are in divine neutrality, things just get easier after a while. You don't have to argue anymore. You're just like, you know what, you feel like that, that's okay. That's okay. I feel this way. And you just drop it. You just leave it, because you're in divine neutrality. You're not sitting there, you're not holding judgment. So that's where we need to be right now. Okay. We need to be positive. We need to understand that we have everything we need that is within us. We are the tree of life. We are source. We are everything. Okay. We need to hold this higher understanding, and we need to hold this higher vibration. Okay. Because once we keep on holding that higher vibration, you're going to find out it's going to be like a lock. Okay. All of a sudden, I'm just saying, give you an example. Like maybe when you hit this number, you're going to have abundance. Maybe when you hit that other higher, vibration, you're going to have, better job. Then you hit the other higher vibration, you're going to have a better relationship. I don't know, but that's how it works. Okay. That's how it works. It's all about hitting that highest vibration, and how we do that is staying in the moment, making good choices. Okay. Being on our highest timeline, knowing that we have everything within us. We don't have to go outside our bodies for anything. Okay. And just stepping back. Anytime somebody comes at you, just step back a little bit. Just step back and say, okay, why is this occurring? How can I make this work? How can I do the work? So forth. That's what you need to do. Okay. Well, I want everybody to enjoy their Father's Day, or whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Enjoy your day. Please like and subscribe to my channel, because YouTube, this is how it works. Also, if you'd like to visit me on my website, it's Jennifer L. Massery, psychicmedium.com. I'm willing to answer questions there. I am starting to have a discovery call line as well, where that's being implemented, should be up in the next week, where we can have like a 15-minute chat, see if we're right for each other, meaning like, maybe, my services are right for you, you're right for me, you're looking for my kind of energy, intuitive, that I can help you. So if you're interested in that, you know where to find me. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.